Wholeness family, spirit light body. Here I am, coming forward again, y'all, and I'm here to share with you a very special excerpt from the Bhagavad Gita. I hadn't been sharing anything with you out of the Gita because I'm like, well, damn, maybe this is a little too advanced. Maybe I need to go back to elementary and work my way up. So I've been, because it's like this, right? You can't just come at people with, oh yeah, you're gods, and this is what the ancient knowledge means, this is what occultism is, and they're still eating bags of Doritos, you see what I'm saying? They're still eating artificial foods. Like, this is what I've been trying to tell you, that, you know, like, the artificial foods, you are what you eat. So when you eat artificially, it makes you artificial. The artificial intelligence can't understand and process the same thing that the biological supercomputers that we are can. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, when you got 12 minerals in this cereal, you got 21 minerals in this, you know, drink, it's like, okay, but do the math on that. I showed you guys. I didn't just keep telling you there's 102 minerals that the body's made of. I actually showed you guys the list. You see what I'm saying? I gave it to you. So that's the thing, that, like, I'm not playing. I'm not playing with you, and I'm not making up stuff. I don't have time to waste with you. You see what I'm saying? Tomorrow's the full moon, and I'm feeling it. I'm amped up. I got the Ayurvedics running through me, all natural elements. Understand that if you're not getting these minerals and these vitamins and these elements, it's certain things that you can't even comprehend in the reality. You can't even perceive certain things in the reality if you don't have this stuff in your body, because remember, you are the natural elements. You see what I'm saying? You are a walking periodic table of elements. You see what I'm saying? In one way, shape, or form, you're a cosmos. You see what I'm saying? The micro or the macro. But anyway, though, I'm not going to be too redundant because I've already explained this to you. You see what I'm saying? But I just want you to understand that, like, you know, there's a lot of deep stuff in this that I'm getting ready to share with you guys. So I have to be responsible with what I bring to you. And I just know that any of you out there who are getting this message, or any of you, I don't care if it's only 20 views, yo, if you can understand what I'm saying, hit that like button, because this is very important. This is very serious. It doesn't matter. I'd rather have 20 people who are with me and solid, you see what I'm saying, than 20,000 who ain't really with it. You see what I'm saying? So everybody out there hitting that like button, I really appreciate you. And no, you are very special, man. There's something about you, man. I'm telling you, something about you. So let's check out this Gita. As you can see, I got a ton of things in it, bookmarked or whatever, right? But it's just a specific one about reincarnation. Because I've stated before on this channel about I've tapped into my past lives and different things like that. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not going to get into that. You see? But we are going to kind of get into the reincarnation thing. So this is the first excerpt I wanted to share with you. This is going to be multiple excerpts, so just work with me. Alright. Enthronement in the omnipresent, meaning being, you know, conscious and being on the throne of that, and on the throne of yourself, and being conscious that you are everything. You see what I'm saying? In other words, so enthronement in the omnipresent consciousness of spirit is spoken of Brahmastithi, the state of reigning in the royal spirit. The spirit reigning yogi, free while living, is never again diluted, nor does he come down to a lesser state. He lives in the consciousness of God. His soul expands into the spirit, yet he retains his individuality, immersed everlastingly in spirit communion. When the yogi is established in the ethereal infinitude, meaning the astral plane, you see what I'm saying, the ethereal realm, right? Even if attained only at the moment when the soul slips from the physical tenement into the astral, that the soul enters Brahma Nirvana, expansion in spirit through the extinguishment of ego and all desires that compel a soul to reincarnate. So, in other words, even if it's only upon your death, when your soul is leaving your body and going back to the astral plane or the other side, heaven, nirvana, loka, Buddha, whatever, you see what I'm saying? Whatever you want to call it. It's saying that only then, you see what I'm saying, when you can learn to be free from your desires, right, that you don't have to worry about reincarnating, right? Okay, so let's keep rolling. So it says, an omnipresent being cannot be caged behind the bars of the finite incarnations cannot be caged behind the bars of finite incarnations. He can of his own free will retain a physical or astral body, but it cannot imprison his overarching spirit. Thus, Krishna tells his disciple Arjuna, he who forsakes desires for sense enjoyments is unattached to sense objects and is devoid of the consciousness of the limited ego. Relinquishing its afflictions of me and mine, receives the lasting joy of God peace, that permanent blessedness of spirit communion spoke of as Brahmasathi, or anchor in the infinite state. Anyone who tastes this ultimate state of spirit union finds all his desires immediately and completely satisfied for all time. He cannot possibly stoop to lesser pleasures, even as a person having access to a store of orange blossom honey could not crave rancid molasses. Through his counsel to Arjuna, Krishna tells God seekers of all eras, it is worthwhile this struggle. Attain the final goal. Drink the nectar of bliss, never flat, never stale, always fresh and new. It says, Krishna further says encouragingly that it does not matter when and how man attains this state of finality. That if a devotee is successful, even at the very moment preceding death, in acquiring the all-blessed state, in quotations, through his past, continuous, ever-increasing meditative efforts, quotation end, he will certainly never again be parted from that spirit blessedness. Unsatisfied desires at the time of death are the cause of reincarnation. Did you just hear what I just said? Let me read it again. Unsatisfied desires at the time of death are the cause of reincarnation. Your desires being attached to things, right? So it says, the man who still roams in the wilderness of matter, seeking the temporary blossoms of pleasure, works out his moral desires by reincarnation, desirelessness. He finally enters the perfection of spirit. So being desireless, right? You see what I'm saying? You can enter the perfection of the spirit. So it says, Krishna advises the devotee to keep on working for this state of emancipation. Even up to the moment before death, him that overcome will I make a pillar in the temple of my God, and he shall go no more out. In quotations, will reincarnate no more. Quotation end. So it says, Jesus assures man. It says that was basically what it was saying, that Jesus was saying or whatever. He's basically explaining like, okay, this is what Jesus was saying, but without saying it, right? Okay, so a soul must attain freedom from earthly desires and egoity before death in order to escape from the merry-go-round wheels of birth and death. Merry-go-round, keep going around and around to escape that. See what I'm saying? So again, a soul must attain freedom from earthly desires and egoity before death in order to escape the merry-go-round wheel of births and deaths. If this freedom is not attained before physical death, one has to incarnate again on earth. For man to tarry in ignorance is stupid and unwholesome, fraught with untold miseries. One can never tell into what abysmal troubles his ego and unsatisfied mundane desires may lead him. You see what I'm saying? It says, strive ceaselessly, never be impatient. Once the finality is achieved, incarnations of troubles will be over in a second, just as when light is admitted within a room that has been locked for decades. The darkness vanishes instantly. Om Tat Sat. Okay, y'all, we're about to go into this next one, right? So give me just 1 second, y'all. I'm coming right for it.